How can we stop pursuing an infinite God? That's not logically possible. That's like an immediate alarm bell for me. It's like, why do I feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Why do I not still like hunger and thirst? Because I don't know everything. I have not seen the extent of his goodness or his knowledge or wisdom, or I have not seen the extent of what he can use me for.
Yeah.
So I need to keep going.
Welcome to the Building a Marriage podcast. My name is Kofi.
I'm Hadassah.
And today we are starting a series where we just kind of explore the pillars of our marriage. These are just areas of our life that are our main focus right now.
At the moment, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That we're trying to navigate in marriage. So first one is faith.
Yeah.
First one is our faith. So how we're going to do this, in this series is just talk about our background, where we were before marriage, and then talk about where we currently are in marriage, and then wrap it up with, kind of projecting the future, like what we see as, our goals for each of these areas, and just where we want to go in this marriage, in each of these pillars. So again, first off, faith, and you can start.
My background in a nutshell is I was a pastor's daughter, grew up in the church. So one of those things where you are born and Jesus Christ is just everywhere in your home. Like there was no introduction. It just was.
Yeah.
So I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist church. So I was baptized at 12. And then, even though I was baptized maybe for like a couple of weeks, I was like really gung-ho, like, yeah, call me Mother Teresa. But I didn't like go crazy after that. I just, wasn't really, I don't think I really understood it very well,
Understood what?
Like what it means to give your life to Christ, or really understood the relationship, really even understood, even though I knew he died for me, like that realization, I don't think was impacting my life like it should have.
At 12.
Yeah, at 12. Yeah, even though I loved him, like I was just like, I just remember feeling that love, like, oh man, this is like the person that I need for the rest of my life, like Jesus. That's it. Fast forward, college was not really focused on him, at least for the first year of college. Yes, there was like a 2-year stint in college where I was just like, man, I'm gonna just do whatever. It's like I just forgot all of the principles that I was taught. And then there was a point in my life where I was just it was around the age of 21, 22, when I was just like, man, if because my dad had passed at that point, if my dad was alive right now, one, would he be proud of me, and two, if I die one day, will I see him again the way I'm living right now? And that kind of shook the foundation. Of like my
foundation right
now. Yeah, I don't know if I even told you that before.
No.
Yeah, but yeah, so then I was like, okay, let me go back to my roots, because what I'm doing now is just not working. So then I really started to seek the face of the Lord. My mum was helping me. She was like walking with me for a few months, and then she passed. And then just the way God orchestrated it, he put your mum in my life, where she accidentally invited me to a Bible study, and then it just skyrocketed from there. So where I am right now is I feel like I got more comfortable because I feel more, I guess, secure. I'm kind of losing sight of, okay, but there's still someone that you should be pursuing other than your husband. So that's kind of where I'm trying to adjust, like not just resting on my oars, like feeling comfortable, like no, still pursue Christ, still run after him as if you do not have him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's that constant pursuit.
Yes, exactly.
Like in our faith.
Yeah.
Because we need him every day.
Yeah.
We have very similar backgrounds. Like my dad has been pastoring the church for 30 years, but even way before that, for since the 60s, he's been in ministry.
That's crazy. The 60s.
Back in Ghana.
Wow.
So yeah, Pastor Pimpong, All Nations Evangelical Church. So I spent literally all the days of the week at the church. We had Wednesday Bible study, we had Friday crusade service, we have I'm in the music department, so I'm playing instruments. Saturday, I just remember getting to the church at 7:30 a.m. on Sundays. Sometimes we would leave at 3 p.m. Sometimes we would leave at 4, but we were always in the church. So church ministry has been a big part of our lives for as long as my whole life. And throughout all of that, I would say, just to encapsulate that whole experience of ministry over the course of like my younger years, I was relying on the faith of my parents, right? My parents were strong in their faith, and I kind of hid behind that, right? Relying on the prayers of my parents, relying on the Bible study of my parents, you know. I think a lot of people can relate to that, you know, who grew up in the church. It wasn't until, I'd say maybe around college, you know, a lot of part of high school. It was around the time that I tried to know God for myself, and develop my own relationship with God. And of course, like, you know, my story is full of ups and downs. So it's been a winding road. I don't want to give anybody the impression that, you know, this pastor's kid has just had this linear relationship with God, like just perfect at every point. No. I think that does everybody a disservice. I relate to that comfort, like me hiding behind my parents' faith.
Yeah.
And having that comfort that, you know, God is smiling on me because he's smiling on my parents. I'm
just going to hide under this shadow right here,
exactly.
And I'm going to be fine.
Yeah. Like, you know, and also you have the added part of like, I'm doing church ministry all the time. And a lot of the times you can, okay, I'm in the church choir. I'm in the church band. I'm playing keyboard. I'm playing bass. I'm playing drums. I'm working on church events. You know, I'm doing all these things, and it makes you feel like you have holy. It feels holy, and it makes you feel like you have a good relationship with God. And there's also and I think you can relate to this too, there's also the influence of the membership. The congregation constantly affirming this image of you
that they see
as a pastor's child.
Especially me. I'm a very smiley person, and I don't know why people equate that with holiness. People just think I don't know, it's like maybe because you're happy, you're holy, or whatever. I don't know. But people always, oh, she's such a good girl. And I mean, I wasn't doing anything.
You were not wilding.
I wasn't doing anything crazy, really. But it's like I wasn't reading my Bible and praying every day, you know. I was just smiling. I was just an obedient person to, like, I guess, the status quo. But that doesn't mean that you are holy and righteous. That doesn't mean you have a relationship with God just because you aren't a troublemaker, you know. I mean, there was a lot of pressure from that, of basically trying to be this kid that members of the church wanted me to be as an example for their kids. And that's a lot of pressure.
But I mean, I was just a kid. And as kids do, they mess up, and they're out, you know, doing whatever, getting influenced by friends at school, and you know, So I was very comfortable, and that, you know, that led up all the way through, you know, high school and part of college. And right now I'm at a place where it's apparent, and it's like clear that I need to be a leader. Like I need to be a leader in my church home. I need to be a leader in my family, like, you know, leader in my marriage. And I, like, right now I'm leading up the music department and also the AV department at our church. And I'm 27. Like I'm an adult now.
Yes.
I'm an adult now. So like I'm stepping into these shoes where there's younger ones in the church who are looking to me for leadership, and there's other people, you know, in the church who see me as an active member of the church, and therefore they are looking to me for leadership. And I know for certain that in order for me to be a good leader, to really fulfill my potential in this season of like leadership, I need to allow God to lead me. Like I need to seek leadership from God in order to lead others, in order to lead my wife, in order to lead my future children, and these kids in the church who are looking up to me, and in order to just fulfill my my role as the music department lead and in the AV department, I need God's guidance.
Yeah.
I need to be led by Him. Mm-hmm. So that is why right now I'm just like you. I'm really trying to pursue that leadership from God, asking Him for wisdom, asking Him for guidance in order for me to just operate in the way that He wants me to.
Yeah, I think that's both of our goals. Like just making sure that we don't stop pursuing. Yeah. Because there's like when you think about it, there's never really an end point of Christianity. It was like, okay, now I can stop. Like, how can we stop pursuing an infinite God? Like that's not logically possible. So whenever I find myself feeling like, okay, I'm good, like that's like an immediate alarm bell for me. It's like, why do I feel comfortable? Yeah. Why do I not still like hunger and thirst? Because I don't know everything. I have not seen the extent of His goodness or His knowledge or wisdom or whatever. Yeah. And I have not seen the extent of what He can use me for. Yeah. So I need to keep going.
Absolutely. I mean, the Bible says that He's the rewarder of those who seek Him diligently. Diligence. That's
it's like, not easy.
It's not easy. I mean, sometimes you have to look at your own walk with Christ and say, like, what's diligent about this?
And you know what's sad? Like, I feel like in some seasons, I have been diligent. Yeah. And then I'll get to a point where I'm like not as, and I'm just like, man, there's proof that the Holy Spirit has made me diligent before. Where have I, stepped outside of Him that has not allowed Him to still make me diligent? Like, where has my focus shifted? Because at least for myself, I'm like, okay, when there's a lull or like a change in pace in my pursuit of Christ, it's something I have done. It's something that I have like maybe shifted a desire or like maybe doubted or just using my mindset that has made that journey different. So it just calls for some reflection.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, man, we can go for hours now.